I'll be discussing about the topic, the several rounds of GATT of global trade negotiations. GATT rounds of global trade negotiations. The brief particulars of the various GATT rounds, that is, conferences for global trade negotiations, are as follows. The first round or the initial round. The earliest rounds of GATT have achieved a limited measures of success. In the first round of talks held in Harlem in 1947, 23 countries which had formed GATT exchanged tariff concessions on 45,000 products worth 10 billion US dollars of trade per annum. It came into force on 1st January 1948. The second round or ANSI round. 10 more countries joined GATT when its second round was held in France in 1949. In this round, customs and tariffs on 5,000 additional products or items of international trade were reduced. Third round or Torquay round. The third round was organized in England in 1950-51. 38 member countries of GATT participated in it and they adopted tariff reduction on 8,700 products or items. Fourth round, the Geneva round. The fourth round of World Trade negotiations were held in Geneva in 1955-56. In this round, countries decided to further cut duties on goods entering international trade. The value of merchandise trade subjected to tariff cut was estimated at $2.5 billion. Fifth round or the Dillian round. The fifth round took place during 1960-62 at Geneva. In this round, the negotiations covered the approval of Common External Tariff (CET) of the European EU countries and cut in custom duties amounting to US 5 billion US dollars on 4,400 products or items. 26 countries participated in this round. The sixth round or the Kennedy round. With the formation of EEC, the US had been put at a disadvantage. As a reaction to this, the US Congress passed the Trade Expansion Act in October 1962, which authorized the Kennedy administration to make 50% tariff reduction in all commodities. This paved the way for the opening of the Kennedy round of the trade negotiations at Geneva in May 1964, which were to be completed by 30th June 1967. The round had the participation of 62 countries and negotiated tariff reductions of approximately $40 billion, covering about four-fifths of the world trade. The major industrial countries in this group applied substantial cuts on their dutiable imports. Example, as much as 64% cuts in the case of United States, 3% in case of Britain, 30% in case of Japan, and 24% in the case of Canada. They left the US and European tariff on the manufactured goods in the range of 5 to 15%. Sixth round, however, with regard to the agricultural products, the negotiation had lesser success. They agreed on an average duty reduction of 25% on agricultural commodities. Non-tariff obstacles too remained untouched, and scant attention was paid to the problems of developing countries. An IMF study revealed that weighted average tariff for all the industrial products and being reduced to 7.7%, 9.8% on finished manufactured products, 8% on semi-finished products, and 2% on raw materials. Therefore, trade in industrial products after the completion of Kennedy round was substantially free of restrictions. Seventh round or Tokyo round. The seventh round of multilateral trade negotiations was launched in the year 1973 September under the GATT. Its objectives were laid in the Tokyo Declaration. The declaration set out a far reaching program for the negotiations in six areas, such as tariff reduction, elimination of non-tariff barriers, coordinated reduction of all trade barriers in selected sectors, discussion on the multilateral safeguard system, trade liberalization in the agriculture sector, taking into account the special characteristics and special treatment of tropical products. It also emphasized that MTN must make into account the special interest and problem solving of developing countries. Eighth round of GATT negotiation, which began in September 1986, ought to have been concluded by the end of 1990. But at the ministerial meetings at Brussels in December 1990, the impasse was reached over the area of agriculture and the talks broke down. The talks were restarted in February 1991 and continued till the end of August 1991. On September 20th, 1991, Dunkel, the then Director General of GATT, drafted a final act of the round, which is known as the Dunkel Draft Round. This was take it or leave it document, which was discussed at various forums in member countries through 1992 till 1993 when the Director General relaunched the negotiations in Geneva. Eighth round on 31st August 1993, the Trade Negotiations Committee passed a resolution to conclude the round by December 15th. On December 15, 1993, at the final session, Chairman declared that 7 years of Uruguay round negotiation has come to an end. Finally, on 15th April 1994, 123 ministers of member countries ratified the results of the round at Morocco, and the GATT disappeared and passed into history. And it was absorbed that the World Trade Organization, WTO, on 1st January 1995. So we have discussed about all the rounds of discussion, that is the 8 rounds. Thank you all.